What up, schmucks? It's Ace Trainer Liam back with another episode of Form Fight. Form Fight is a series where we take a look at a Pokemon with more than one form, or a branched evolution, or a counterpart Pokemon. We have a look at the differences between those Pokemon and try and work out which one is the best. And so we can see these Pokemon in action on the battlefield. We also have a metronome battle between the different Pokemon in question, you know, just for a little bit of fun. If you're a fan of Form Fight and you're ready for more, make sure you hit the like button and of course hit subscribe if you're new so you never miss an episode. But with all that out of the way, let's look at today's challenges. Today we're going to be comparing the two forms of Sceptile, which are of course Sceptile and Mega Sceptile. Now when you have a Sceptile in your party, it will always be in its regular form. However, a Sceptile holding Sceptilite will be able to Mega Evolve into Mega Sceptile during a battle and will remain that way for the entirety of that battle. But what makes these two forms of Sceptile so different? Let's take a look. According to the Pokédex, Sceptile stands at 1.7 meters tall and weighs 52.2 kilograms. Conversely, Mega Sceptile stands at 1.9 meters tall and weighs 55.2 kilograms. They both share a Pokédex entry which reads, "The leaves growing on Sceptile's body are very sharp-edged. This Pokemon is very agile. It leaps all over the branches of trees and jumps on its foe from above or behind. Sceptile has seeds growing on its back. They are said to be bursting with nutrients that revitalize trees. This Pokemon raises the trees in a forest with loving care." Appearance-wise, both these Pokemon are bipedal lizards with trees for tails and yellow baubles on their back, with Mega Sceptile having a few extra red features and a few more pointy additions to its arms and head. In their shiny forms, these Pokemon change from green lizards to turquoise lizards, and their red and yellow areas simply switch colours, and don't they look lovely? Now let's take a look at their typing, weaknesses, and resistances. Regular Sceptile is a pure grass-type Pokemon, which makes it weak to flying, poison, bug, fire, and ice type attacks. It resists ground, water, grass, and electric type moves and has no immunities. As for Mega Sceptile, it's a dual type grass and dragon Pokemon, making it weak to flying, poison, bug, ice, dragon, and fairy type moves, this time with the ice type weakness being a 4 times weakness. Mega Sceptile resists ground, water, and grass type moves and is completely immune to electric type moves. Technically, but we'll get to that in a bit. Now let's take a look at the stats and abilities of these Pokemon forms. Sceptile is your typical speedy starter with great special attack and decent attack and special defense, although its HP and physical defense is a little lacking. Its primary ability is Overgrow, which we've talked about no end of times on this channel in Form Fight. These particular abilities that increase the power of a specific type of move when your HP is less than 33%, it's just not worth it. They're just not worth building a strategy around, so let's move straight on. Sceptile's hidden ability is Unburden, which doubles Sceptile's speed once its held item is consumed, which is great for giving Sceptile a guarantee that it will be the first to dish out damage. Although it's a pretty fast Pokemon anyway, so it's not really the most important stat that Sceptile needs to be worried about boosting. Mega Sceptile builds on Sceptile's already impressive stats, granting it even more speed and special attack with a big boost in physical attack as well, although it only gets a 10 base power increase in defense and no other additions to its bulk, which, coupled with it now having a 4 times weakness to ice, leaves Mega Sceptile seemingly a little bit more vulnerable than its non-Mega counterpart. Mega Sceptile of course only gets one ability, which is Lightning Rod, which draws in all electric attacks used by allies or opponents onto Mega Sceptile, but instead of damaging Mega Sceptile, it boosts its special attack, hence why earlier I said Mega Sceptile was immune to electric type moves. This is great for giving Mega Sceptile even more firepower, although honestly it would have been really nice to see something done about its lack of bulk. The only other drawback of this ability is that it is dependent on your opponent making a mistake, either attacking with an electric type move while Mega Sceptile is on the field, or failing to predict a switch into Mega Sceptile when they already know it's on your team. Now it's time for me to decide which of these two forms of Sceptile I prefer, and this time I want to go for regular Sceptile, because to me, Mega Sceptile, having basically the exact same defensive stats as its regular counterpart, but having a 4 times ice weakness, and Ice Beam and Aurora Beam and Blizzard, they're just such common moves in competitive play that it just seems like a waste of time having your Mega slot used on Mega Sceptile when it's just going to go down easier than regular Sceptile was. So effectively, even though it hits harder and it's faster, Mega Sceptile is, in my opinion, weaker defensively than its counterpart, and that's just not something I want to be a part of. Especially with the kind of prevalence that fairy types have now, adding a fairy weakness as well, because Mega Sceptile is part dragon type, so it's weak to fairy, also just puts an even bigger target on that Pokemon and makes it a lot easier to take down than regular Sceptile. it just seems really weird. But of course, it's not just up to me, it's up to you guys to decide which is your favorite. But before you do, before you make your decision, it's time to see these Pokemon on the battlefield. It's time for the Metronome battle. Before we get started, I will remind you these Pokemon all have max IVs in all stats, 0 EVs in all stats. They're not holding any items, they've got neutral natures and all that jazz. The only advantage or disadvantage any of these Pokemon get comes from their typing and their base stats. Everything else is all up to the Metronome. Let's go. Here we go, it's the battle you've been waiting for. It's Mega Sceptile versus Regular Sceptile. The battle of the bipedal lizards, who actually are very similar bulk-wise. So, Mega Sceptile does have a power advantage in terms of its physical and special attack, but Regular Sceptile can deal a decent amount of damage to these, to the Megas as well. Shiny Mega starting things off with Endeavor, which is a wasted turn because we've all got the same HP there. Very unfortunate. How will its Regular Mega counterpart follow up? Goes for Draining Kiss. That's a decent start there. And it's going to show you an example of just how much damage. Look how much damage that did with just Draining Kiss. How will Shiny Regular Sceptile follow up on that? Goes for Heal Order. Going to heal that right back up. Going to go right back to square one. That's a brilliant first turn there, protecting itself a little bit, basically nullifying any damage it took. Regular Sceptile is going to follow up on that with a Dragon Tail. That's going to be super effective on the Dragon-type Mega Sceptile. Oh my goodness. Massive damage. More than half the entire HP of Shiny Mega Sceptile taken off there with that critical hit off that Dragon Tail. It's going to follow up with a Shift Gear. It's going to increase its speed stat by 2 stages and its attack stat by 1 stage, making it even more fearsome. It's going to guarantee it will move first every turn for the foreseeable future. And even more attack stat on that Mega Sceptile. That's not good. Regular Mega Sceptile is going to follow up with Payback. That's going to do a little bit of chip damage onto a regular normal Sceptile there. Oh, and it instantly fires back with a Will-O-Wisp. Which Mega is it going to be on? It's going to be on the Shiny Mega. Shiny Mega Sceptile's attack stat has now been halved, which is detrimental to this Pokemon now. It's basically probably very close. Someone do the math. It's probably very close to having the same attack stat now as a regular Sceptile. So it's just a dual type regular Sceptile now. Now we see that any attacks for the next 3 turns that are aimed at regular Mega Sceptile are going to be 100% accurate as a result of that telekinesis there. So that's not good for that Sceptile. Here is a burn up, but of course it fails from the Shiny Mega Sceptile there. Regular Mega, who is still suffering under the telekinesis, is going to go for Harden, going to increase its defense. It's going to say, okay, if your attacks are definitely going to hit me, I'm going to make sure that I increase my defense so I can take more damage. Here is Shiny Regular Sceptile. What's it going for? Going for Defog. I'm going to reduce the evasiveness, I believe. There it is. There's the evasiveness drop on the Shiny Mega Sceptile there. And here comes regular normal Sceptile going for Wonder Room, which is completely pointless but always seems to happen in Metronome battles. Always pops up. Defense and special defense stats are swapped. Not that big of a deal in this battle, to be honest. And there's the burn damage on that Shiny Mega Sceptile. How will it respond? It's got a limited amount of time left on the field. Goes for Solar Beam, though, which is going to be it's going to be a stab attack, but it's not going to be very effective against the Grass-type Sceptile, so that's not very good. Here's a Mega Regular Sceptile going for Psyshock for a decent amount of damage there. Nice little hit. How will Shiny Regular Sceptile respond to this? Goes for Topsy Turvy. Very interesting play there. So Topsy Turvy is of course going to reverse the stat changes, which means that that is now a slow, even lower attack Mega Sceptile. And here's Toxic, but it fails because of course it was on the burned Mega Sceptile there. That's unfortunate for that particular regular Sceptile. The telekinesis is worn off on regular Mega Sceptile. Here it comes. It's now the first to move because of the reduced speed on the other Mega there. Another Psyshock though onto regular Sceptile. Great amount of damage there as well. How will regular Sceptile respond to taking that amount of damage? Goes for Iron Head onto that Shiny and knocks it right out. So Shiny Mega Sceptile is out of this competition. Reduced stats don't matter if you're knocked out. That's very important to know. So here comes Shiny Regular Sceptile with Tailwind, going to increase the speed of itself and its ally for a few turns there. Will that make it faster than that Mega Sceptile? I believe, yes it will. So now the Sceptile team has the speed advantage as well, so they get to attack again. We see extreme speed coming out from Regular Sceptile there onto the Mega. Oh my goodness, what's going to happen? Here comes Shiny Sceptile, gonna go for Power Gem. straight onto that Mega Sceptile there. So Mega Sceptile is taking a pounding right now, but it does have the power advantage. If it can get some big moves off, not like Baton Pass, then it can deal some great damage and take out one of these Sceptile. But at the moment, it's a sitting duck, especially making mistakes like using Baton Pass. Here's a curse, though, coming out from regular Sceptile, so it's going to reduce its speed, but increase its attack and defense, and that makes it a dangerous opponent for this Mega. Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful if you're the Mega Sceptile. Here's the shiny regular Sceptile. Gonna go for Shadow Bone. That's gonna do a decent amount of damage there. Massive hit. Bring a crit as well, bringing that Mega down into the red. This Mega needs to pull something out of the bag if it's going to survive this battle. Goes for conversion. Is that going to be the difference maker? Is that really going to be the difference maker? I mean, it got rid of the dual typing, made it a normal type. Wonder Room wore off for what it's worth, so we'll see. We'll see if that's a difference maker for this particular Mega Sceptile. I don't want to hold my breath though. Here's a Drill Run though from the shiny, and it knocks out the Mega. So wow, the regular Sceptiles have just absolutely obliterated the Mega counterpart. So well done, the regular Sceptile. You bossed it, mate. So you've heard what I've got to say, you've seen these Pokemon on the battlefield, now it's time for you to make your decision. Which of these two forms of Sceptile do you prefer? Is it Sceptile or Mega Sceptile? Let me know in the comments below and explain to everybody why your pick is the absolute best. And that'll wrap it up for this edition of Form Fight. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, and if you're new and you want to see more, hit the subscribe button so you never miss anything. And if you'd like to support the channel like these lovely people down here do, make sure you pledge to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/AceTrainAliam. But until next time, I'm Ace Trainer Liam. Keep on training.